Well, I'm out here doing some placer mining late October here in Grand Forks, and what do I see but a black widow. That, my friends, you can see it, it's a black widow. It's a very poisonous spider, and they're very rare to see. I don't want to squish it, but let me see if I can show you guys the hourglass on the bottom of its belly. We'll get something to poke it with here. And he's sort of right in the way of the sun here, so there we go. Look at that. You can see the hourglass. You can see that? Let me see if I can show it again. You are a black widow, aren't you? Yeah, don't worry. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to see your belly. Try to get out of the sun here while I hold the camera. Boy, you're in protective mode there, aren't you? Yeah. Hard to see what I'm seeing here on this camera, but let me try to get him over one more time. There's his belly. Sorry buddy, but I want to see your little hourglass. You're a beautiful spider though, aren't you? There it is. See that? Hourglass. Little red hourglass right on the bottom of him. That is a black widow. It's a good thing that I noticed him. I've never seen one of these around here before. Look at that. You are a black widow, aren't ya? Now that's pretty cool. And just before the black widow, I found a bit of gold here too. Let me see if I could show you guys that real quick. Just did a quick sample pan here, and from this hole right there, and see there's some pretty nice showing just for quick little pan. So we're gonna keep digging and watching out for some spideys. Here on this beautiful late October day in British Columbia boundary area. So while I'm down here, let me share a little tip with you guys about where to find some gold along a riverbank. Just some things to look out for. And now, first of all, we got a giant pool here that's really slow moving waters, and just up ahead there you can see, hopefully you can see the water's moving quite fast, lots of rapids, and it's in a much narrower channel, so it widens off right into here, which slows down the water. And of course, if there's any heavy gold traveling along, this is where it's going to drop. And even fine golds is what I'm mainly finding around on this river. So this even happens at high water in this particular place, and of course that's what you want to be looking for. But one tip to watch out for is that when you're hunting along a bank, you can see we got a lot of nice big boulders along here. But you'll notice that the boulders right up on this area, in between, is just light sands. Whereas if you move further down, you can see they start turning into gravel. And as we go even further down, the gravel becomes tight, like much more tightly packed in between the rocks. And so this is a good place to start digging, where you see the gravel nice and tightly packed between your big cobbles. And actually this is where I've been digging and finding some pretty nice fine gold. So let me show you that again. You can see, and even just beyond this area here, it gets sandy again. So, and of course it's always good to sample because there's always exceptions to the rules. But I have sampled both in this area and the area up there and found nothing but tiny little specks, not even really worth digging for. So you'll notice, let me show you once again up here, after I just showed you down there, we have all the nice gravel in between the rocks, and then you can clearly see where it at first is sand before it turns into the gravel. So this means this is where the heavier stuff is starting to drop. So keep your eye out for that when you're walking along the riverbanks. It's often a good place to have a dig.